The story begins in a camp in Siberia where hundreds of Germans were held captive. Although there were no guards for security, still no one tried to escape from there. In fact, even if someone escaped, he would not be able to survive for more than a few days in the bone-chilling cold of the Arctic Circle. But there was a soldier there who wanted to escape from there by any means and return to his wife and daughter. His name was Clemens Forel, and one day he got a chance to escape. At night he secretly hid in a coal train, and when the train started, he was very happy to see the sky full of stars. But suddenly the train stopped in the middle and Clemens secretly came out and looked. But then a Soviet soldier saw him and he was caught and imprisoned in a sewer. On top of that, heavy rain started, but despite this, Clemens remained there without eating or drinking for 3 whole days. After this, the warden of the prison released him and said that your companions are waiting for you. Finally, when Clemens reached the tunnel, he saw that his companions were very hungry. They were angry and were waiting for him with weapons in their hands. Actually, because of Clemens' escape, all of them were kept hungry for 3 days. Then suddenly they attacked Clemens and beat him very badly. Due to being badly injured, he was taken to the camp doctor. The doctor was also tied up there and was very impressed by Clemens' courage to escape. Then Clemens asked for the doctor's help and said that he wants to escape from here once again. Then the doctor explained to him that it is impossible to escape from the Arctic Circle until date. All those who tried to escape were killed. But the doctor told him a secret. Those who do not escape from here will also be killed in the end. Actually, all the prisoners present there dig a metal called lead, and lead is slowly entering their bodies through the air, due to which, if not today, then tomorrow, all of them are sure to die. That is why the doctor advised him that he should try his luck by running away. Then the doctor took out all his warm clothes and shoes and then told Clemens that there are food has been hidden at various places on the railway lines, and the doctor also gave Clemens a gun. Actually, he had made all these preparations to escape himself, but 1 month ago he came to know that he had cancer, and even if he escaped, he would not live more than 2-3 months. So the doctor gave his lunch box to Clemens and said that if you succeed, then inform my family about my death. After this, Clemens escaped once again at night. The next morning the warder got the news that Clemens had escaped, so he came to question the doctor, but by then the doctor had sacrificed his life. On the other hand, Clemens was moving forward with full enthusiasm facing the snow and strong wind. Here the warder sent many soldiers to find Clemens, but despite searching for many days, they did not find any clue. So everyone thought that he must have frozen to death in the snow, but the warder was sure that he was alive, so he ordered to continue the search. 9 days after escaping, Clemens suddenly saw a sledge coming behind him, and Clemens also started running immediately, but the soldier soon the sledge came near him and trampled him. Suddenly Clemens opened his eyes and saw that he was absolutely fine. Actually, this whole incident was a figment of his mind. There was only snow around him and his food had also finished. He got disappointed and started crying and asked God to do a miracle, but there was nothing but snow in the Arctic Circle. Now he had no choice. That is why he kept moving ahead somehow for a few days. Finally his body gave up and he fainted due to hunger. After some time his eyes opened and he heard a strange sound. Then his eyes fell on a seal and his eyes sparkled. He immediately took out his gun and fired bullets at the seal, but unfortunately he did not hit even one of his shots. The seal started running away. Clemens ran after it, but suddenly it entered the icy water well. Without thinking much, he fired a shot and finally succeeded in killing the seal. After eating food, he tied bandages on his feet so that he could get some relief from the cold. After a little rest, Clemens again started his journey. Due to his loneliness and such a long journey, his mental balance could have easily deteriorated, so he kept talking to himself continuously, and after walking a little, he checked his direction with a compass so that he does not get lost from here. Similarly, after walking for many days, he saw a tree in the middle of the snow. Seeing it, Clemens became crazy with joy and ran and hugged that tree. Actually, this tree meant that after walking continuously for 2 months, he had finally come out of the Arctic Circle. On the other hand, the warden of the jail did not give up and ordered to search an area of 500 kilometers. Here Clemens had reached the forest, but suddenly a very strong snowstorm started there. The storm was so terrible that even big trees were uprooted and falling. As soon as Clemens got up, suddenly a big tree fell on him. Luckily 2 men named Samjon and Mattern who had come there in search of gold saved Clemens' life, and then all 3 of them started moving forward together. Gradually the weather started getting better and all three of them decided to cross the river by making a boat with Technic. All three told each other stories of their lives, but in a short time the speed of the river became very fast, due to which Clemens and Mattern could not handle the boat, and suddenly Samjon lost his balance and he fell from the boat. Samjon was about to drown, but Clemens dived into the river without caring for his life. After a lot of difficulties he brought Samjon to the bank of the Rive. On the other hand, Mattern left them in the middle and moved ahead alone. When he reached his hut, he thought Samjon must have died. That's why he stole Samjon's gold and other valuables, but in a short while both of them reached there. Samjon got very angry due to Mattern's betrayal, so he shot Mattern and killed him. After this, Samjon and Clemens packed their belongings and once again set out on the journey. Well, soon the winter season started and it became even more difficult to move forward. Then Clemens tried to reduce Samjon's burden by taking his bag, but Samjon felt that Clemens wanted to steal his gold. That's why he attacked Clemens with his bag, and Clemens became unconscious, and when he opened his eyes, he saw that a group of wolves was running towards him. So Clemens started climbing a tree, but the hungry wolves were pulling him down by his pants, and after a lot of efforts, he fell down from the tree. Now Clemens' death was standing in front of him. Then suddenly there was a sound of gunfire, due to which all the wolves were killed. Actually, the shepherds of this village had saved Clemens' life. They picked him up and took him to their village, where many shepherds treated him. With their help, Clemens got well soon, and he was very happy to meet people after such a long time. He became friends with many shepherds, but soon the notice sent by the jailer reached there too, according to which whoever keeps Clemens in his house will lose his life. That's why Clemens was forced to leave from there. Before leaving, many shepherds gave him food and a hunting dog as a gift. Now in this journey of returning home he also had a companion. That's why Clemens did not feel lonely. Both of them kept moving forward for about 1 year, but they reached near a wood mill where Clemens' dog ran in search of food, but some employees chased him. Then when Clemens came forward, the employees recognized him, and then the owner of the mill fed him. After this they put Clemens on a train to Germany. Now he was going to reach home soon. That's why Clemens had a big smile on his face, but he did not know that the mill owner had informed the police about him, and the warden was waiting for him at the train station with his soldiers. Luckily Clemens had already seen the soldiers at the station, so he saw the opportunity and ran away. Then in a few moments the warden caught him red-handed. All the hopes of Clemens were over, but suddenly his hunting dog attacked the warden and bit him badly. Due to the loyalty of his dog, Clemens got another chance to escape, but then he heard the sound of bullets and he understood that the warden had killed his dog, but he could not even mourn its death. Seeing the opportunity, he climbed a bridge and jumped on the train passing below, and today again he escaped again and again. After this he kept moving forward on his path. In this way a lot of time passed and the year 1952 came. Now Clemens had neither money nor grain to eat. He was in a bad condition. He was roaming in the fair where he saw delicious food, but the shopkeeper shouted at him and drove him away. While walking he came to a pancake cart where 2 girls welcomed him, but he did not have money, so he went ahead disappointed, but a kind-hearted girl was impressed by him and she broke a piece of pancake and gave it to Clemens through a child. Clemens hesitated at first, but then he took the pancake and ate it. Just then a Jewish man saw everything. Meanwhile Clemens reached a church while walking, and he prayed to God with folded hands, and that Jewish man also followed him till here, but he did not hand over Clemens to the police. Actually he too had been a war prisoner some time back, so he could understand Clemens' condition. He brought Clemens to his house where Clemens came back in his old form after taking a bath. The Jewish man also gave him a passport and some money, which made Clemens' heart happy. Finally Clemens crossed the Soviet border with the passport, and then after a little interrogation he was let go. Clemens was so happy that he had to deliberately stop his laughter. Finally he was free now, but as soon as he reached the bridge, a shining light came on his face and the warden of the same prison came in front of him. Seeing this, Clemens' senses flew away and he looked back and saw that he was still on Soviet land, which meant that the jailer could still arrest him. Now Clemens' heart was broken because after so many years of his hard work, his desire to be free was going to waste. But suddenly he saw that the jailer moved out of his way. Clemens could not believe his eyes, but he slowly moved forward. Actually, Clemens' desire to stay alive and his passion to reach here after a painful journey of 7 years had won the warden's heart. That is why the warden let Clemens go, but being a soldier he had won, and if he wanted, he could have arrested Clemens today and killed him. Finally, Clemens crossed the border and reached his home where his wife and daughter were leaving for church. Clemens also followed them, and in the church, his daughter recognized him and she ran and hugged her father. According to you, did the warden do the right thing or the wrong thing? Tell us in the comments.